somebody says but or however, then you start listening.
I know.
That's the but. Practice has been good. The injured players are practicing. They're doing a good job. We'll have to watch this video today to see if they're well enough to play. We'll have to let the trainers check them tonight and see if they've got soreness. But Jace Reuter probably will not play. But the other guys have a chance to play because they're doing a good job. The guys are upbeat. They're excited. They haven't been in this position in the last couple of years, so it's fun for them for a game to mean something in November. And that's fun. I love the excitement of our fan base. I love the fact that the game again Saturday night sold out and people are excited. And I thought probably we had great enthusiasm in crowds when I was here before. The stadium's more conducive for noise. I didn't even think about that, but with both ends full now, it's a lot more loud than it was when I was here before because our stands were little in the end zone. Virginia's really good. You got always concern yourself about Joe Reed. He's a great returner, not a good returner. Their quarterback is one of the best in the country. Their defense is second in the league and second in sacks, and we haven't done a great job protecting. So they bring a lot of different people, and they do a really good job with their schemes. So this ought to be a great challenge for us and a fun contest.
Among the guys you said might be able to play, does that include Nick Polino?
Yeah, he practiced inside today, and he did a lot of different things. So we'll watch that today and see. Number one, you've got to know that it's safe for them, and the doctor said it's safe. Then you've got to know that they feel comfortable enough that they can plant and move around and do a good job. And then you've got to know that they can help us win. Those are the three questions.
What position will he play?
We played him at center and guard and left guard, so he played both.
With Trey and Miles, assuming that they're back to healthy, and I know you still have Cameron out and Patrice out, how much better is that group with a lot more of those guys back there, especially with the young guys having gotten some experience?
Well, it's just the experience that helps, and then you add Storm Duck, who was out here. So that gives you more bodies, it gives you more experience, and what Dre, Bly, and Jay Bateman did with DeAndre Holland Saturday was unbelievable. I've never seen that. I've never seen a guy that's never played there, and they said, okay, come on, we're all right, come on. I'm thinking, I don't know that we are. And they put him in positions to make plays, and he did a good job. So at least now we're developing some depth back there again. So that's good.
Storm been practicing just like the others?
He did today for the first time, so he didn't yesterday, but that's good for him. I'm not supposed to say all that, Emma. That's your job. You didn't tell him, so you're supposed to do that before we start. I'll get in trouble with the trainers. We'll refer all questions on injuries to Jeremy. What else?
How might, if Storm and Trey are back, how might DeAndre Holland, since he performed so well, how might he fit in to the mix?
I think the biggest thing, Jonathan, is depth. It gives us some depth to let them play, and you put a guy out there, and what people are trying to do, because we blitz a whole lot, is hit the fade ball, and that it's called the back shoulder ball or the paint ball, where you paint the backside of a receiver, and that's really hurt us, and we've got to play that better. So the guys that can play that play better are going to be the ones that are going to play.
Coach,
How's Noah? Go ahead.
Coming into this game, what do you think?
Ladies first.
Yeah.
Coming into this game, what do you think is the biggest challenge for your team?
I think the biggest challenge will be stopping their quarterback, because very few people do. He's really good. He's a great athlete, but he's also throwing the ball down. I've just watched him over the last 2 years, even on TV, and there's just plays that he makes that aren't there. And he makes it time and time and time again. So you've got to try to keep him in the pocket and make him throw the ball. The second thing is they're so multiple up front on defense. Their two ends are two of the best ends in the country. They're 6'5", 6'7". They're really hard to defend, but they do a great job with schemes inside. And they bring so many different people, and we haven't managed that well. So staying away from the negative play because of their movement in their front seven, to me, is going to be a key part of this game.
How has Noah kicked in practice?
It's really interesting. Since he made the two Saturday night, he hasn't missed a kick. And we've gone down to the last kick of the game every day. And he made in fact, he did it twice today. We had a 1-minute drill at the end, and he kicked a long field goal to win the game at the middle, and it was right in the middle. So confidence is such a powerful thing, and right now he's very confident.
Have you spoke to Jonathan and Noah? Like, do you say anything now, or is it just open competition? Still competition, but Noah's starter.
Yep, every day we just that's the way our team is basically. But with those two, we say if you make them, I mean it's very simple with those guys. If you got sticks, if it goes in between them, you get the kick. If you don't kick, other guy kicks. So and we have told them we just think it's inexcusable to miss a kick. That's what you do. So you make your kicks. We've told Ben Kiernan, you're supposed to punt. That's all you do. So we need good punts. I mean, where we are. So that's what that position does.
And at halftime of the Duke game, you made a decision to go with Noah? Is that your call? And then
yes.
Did you inform him, or you just kind of tell the special teams coach to?
Yes. I told him right after the kick. In fact, the next kick was going to be when the kick was way right and it didn't look good. I said, let's go back with experience, and I said, go tell Noah he's got the next kick, and that was it.
A lot of the guys on defense have spoken very glowingly about Coach Bateman. When you have a group that believes that much and trusts that much their coordinator, how much more is he able to get out of them?
I think it's the key to coaching. I heard Bill Belichick say one time, an assistant coach or a head coach should give his players advantages over the other team. I'm supposed to make the players better and give them advantages by scheming. And our players feel like that our coordinators do that. And that's really, really cool. And if you don't have that, then what's he worth? I'm not going to listen to my coach if he doesn't help me get better. So they all want to get better. They all want to beat the guy across from them. So if you can help me do that, then I buy in. And then Saturday night with him calling the last play, that even helped more because they know now Coach knows what he's doing. So if we do what he says, we got a chance to win.
And when your head coach and your coordinator makes a call like that, how much does your confidence in him even go?
A whole lot, because I call the fade. I was wrong.
Right.
So I said, I'm going with you next time. I'm not going to listen. And we're in a precarious position right now. This is a team that hadn't won for 2 years. And all of a sudden now they're playing for a game that really matters late in the year. So we gotta manage this. We haven't been here before. This is new ground for us. And I've told them, don't try to do too much. You don't play the game on Tuesday and Wednesday. You still got to play the game on Saturday. So you got to be excited, but don't get so excited and giddy that you don't prepare. And so far they've done that. I've been very impressed. I think this has been our two best practices of the year back to back, and that's good.
Along with that, do you feel the buzz around campus, the people you talk to, about how big this game is, given both teams are top? And the 7:30 kick too.
I do. I think this game checks all the boxes. It's ACC Network. It's 7:30 at night. It's a sellout. I walk every day on campus, and all the students are pumped. And great game, coach. Can't wait till Saturday night. And it's just I know so many of the boosters. I think everybody's excited this time of the year for football. And even Don McCauley said, "This is so cool to have a game of this magnitude in November." So this is fun. And I think that's the biggest thing right now. Our fans are having fun, and we probably haven't had that no more.
Mack, the NCAA announced yesterday plans to kind of move forward, at least by 2021, with the image and likeness deal. What are your thoughts and opinions on it?
Greg, we've talked a lot about it as a staff. I've talked to my friends in coaching. I've talked to Bubba and staff. It's a tough position for us because really nobody knows what it means. Number one, so I think we all have to figure out what does that mean. Then secondly, you want what's best for the players. So the more they can get, the better. And thirdly, you don't want to lose the collegiate model. We're not the NFL. And if a Sam Howell makes so much more than a defensive end, where does that balance with your team? Or if a football player makes so much more than a women's basketball player, what's fair? And where does it come more? Where does it make college football more professional? And I think that's where the questions are. How do we do it? How do we do it fair? How does it impact Title IX? How does it impact the other sports? I don't know. Who pays for it? Do you go to a booster now and say, I'm recruiting Greg, I need $200,000 for his likeness? before you start, and where does that impact your fundraising from your boosters? So I really think there's so many questions that have to be answered. I would like to have more information about exactly what that means. I like the way it sounds, but I think there's a real danger zone with it too. There's some issues out there if we don't watch it.
As far as walking around campus and all that, after a couple of years away, what does that kind of do for you?
It's fun for me. It's fun for me to see the students and to see them smile, and I smiled all of them, say hello. And some of them look at me like I'm weird, but most of them smile back. Being on a college campus gives you a lot of energy, because you think about your life back then. You think about your children. You think about your grandchildren coming to college, and it's really fun for me to get out and spend that hour just walking around by myself and turn my music on and smile and enjoy being on campus. But so many people don't get to do that very often, and I get to do it every day, and it's really cool.
You mentioned it's louder because of how the stadium's built now. How does the crowd and the volume compare to when you're here in the 90s, some of the big games you had there?
I just don't remember it being a factor.
Okay.
I don't. I'm sure it was. I remember all the buzz for the Florida State game when they were 1 and we were 4. And I remember the students were there early and all that. Our students are coming early. They're loud. They're making a difference. The crowd is into it on third down. They're helping us. There's been a whole lot of false starts here because people can't hear. And we talk about silent counts. People are clapping now. You still got to hear. So the noise that our fans are making in the stadium have made a difference in the energy for our team, but they're making a difference, I think, in critical situations for the other team. I think it's huge, and I just don't remember ever walking out of here and saying, boy, our crowd changed this game, and I'm doing that now. I'm just really enjoying it. And all of them, of course, there's 14 seconds left when we won the game, but everybody's singing the fight song, 50-something thousand singing the fight song at the end of the game. It's really cool stuff, and they're singing songs during the game, and I just think that football's supposed to be fun, and that's what's happening right now. We're all having fun. I told the players today, thank you for letting us have fun. Thank you for letting the community have fun, the state have fun. And then it affects your recruiting. We're doing really well in recruiting, and I think those kids come to the game and they see the excitement of these fans, and they say, wow, I want to be part of this. And recruiting, when you bring somebody in, and we had 102 of them in here this weekend, you want them to build memories while they're here that they want to be part of. And that's all recruiting is. I like this. I want to be part of this, Coach. And then they want to come. And we have the academics, so you put the environment, you put the football, you put the fun that the guys are having all together, and Jeremy and those guys are killing it on social media. It did worry me that Jeremy told me there were 28,000 likes when I became the winningest coach in North Carolina football history, and there were 280,000 likes for me dancing. Now that's not right. That's just wrong somewhere in there. So thank you, Jeremy, for bringing that up.
How's the dancing gone since you said you retired and you were worried about a divorce after the first one? And
yeah, they pulled me back out. And Sally wants to win bad enough. She said, do whatever they want. So, and I can't help it now. When after a win, they say, okay, come on. So I have to. I'm trying to do better with the go-to move. Coach Williams said the other night that he came to the radio show. He said he saw my dancing and it was really ugly, and that was really wrong of him. I mean, but he's right.
Do you think you'd win a dance-off against Coach Wentz?
No. No. It's in fact, Coach Cutcliffe said a couple of weeks ago he'd like to have a Dancing with the Stars with me and Roy and him. I saw him dance on Twitter. I've seen Roy dance on Twitter. I'm out. I'm the first one down. So no, I'll let them have a dance-off. I'm not in that deal. I'm only dancing when I'm forced to after a win in the dressing room. And it's amazing how many times Jeremy can find that to put it out. So, and Sally's even quit bringing it up. She's early South Carolina. She said it's really bad, and she said you're really embarrassing yourself. And I said I got it, sweetie. I won't do it anymore. And now she doesn't care. She wants to win. Anything else?